Welcome to the 8 or 5 Web Minute, and today we're talking about what clients expect from professional service websites right now and why your expertise might not be enough to get the phone to ring. Here is the uncomfortable truth. If you run a service, business accountant, financial advisor, consultant, potential clients decide if you are credible enough to hire in the time it takes to blink.
And that speed it's just astonishing. It's really the most critical fact professionals need to, internalize. We're talking about the 0.05 second rule.
Yeah.
That's the shocking starting point from all the sources we looked at. Research confirms it. A user forms a complete opinion about your website, deciding if it looks trustworthy or not in literally 0.05 of a second.
0.05 of a second. I mean, that's faster than your conscious brain can even read the words on the page. It's a gut feeling, an instinctive, almost lizard brain judgment. And I know so many professionals, maybe here in San Luis Obispo or Paso Robles, who've spent decades building their reputation, getting certifications. They just expect that expertise to be the thing that sells. But you're saying it's the design first.
The design is the bouncer at the door, yes. For professional services, we're talking legal, financial, high-level consulting trust is the only currency that matters. When someone's about to hand over their finances or their legal future, they need to feel this immediate, unshakable sense of confidence. And the sources are incredibly clear on how that confidence gets built online.
Okay, so let's get into the numbers, because those are, hard to argue with.
They really are. The sources reveal that a staggering 94% of that first impression, that split-second judgment, is related to the design, not the content.
Wow, 94%.
Right. So what that tells you is that your content, your list of credentials, all of that.
Yeah.
It only matters after the design has passed that initial trust test.
I think we need to sit with that for a second. If your site has, good photos, a clean layout, it feels secure, competent. But if it's cluttered or looks like it was built 10 years ago, it fails that 94% test right out of the gate.
And that failure leads directly to the next stat. 75% of consumers admit they judge a company's credibility entirely based on its website design.
3 out of 4 people.
3 out of 4.
Yeah.
They're making a huge psychological leap, but it's a real one. They project the quality of your website directly onto the quality of your service.
So if the website looks outdated, what's the client's immediate subconscious thought about the professional?
That you're not current. An old design doesn't just look bad, it signals outdated thinking. If your website feels slow or clunky, the client starts to wonder, are you keeping up with tax laws, with new market strategies? And for a professional whose whole value is current knowledge, that perception is a fatal flaw. It ends the conversation before it even begins.
This is a perfect lead-in to something we hear all the time from local pros, the myth of the referral. They say, I don't need to worry about my website. I did all my business from referrals.
It's a comfortable belief. But the data just doesn't back it up anymore. Not in the digital age. A referral is no longer a guaranteed client. It's just a highly prioritized introduction. What the client does next is what matters.
And this is where it gets interesting. You get a name from a friend you trust. Logic says you just pick up the phone and call. But people don't do that.
That's right. The sources show that 45% of people who get a referral still go check the professional's website first before making any contact. They're not going there to see if you're good. They're going there to verify that you're legitimate, that you're current. It's a risk check.
And that check doesn't even stop at the website, right? I saw that even if the site looks good, 46% of them still go check online reviews before calling.
Exactly. The website is the visual verification, and the reviews are the social proof. It's a two-step process. If you're missing either piece, that referral path just sort of breaks down.
Okay, and here's the number from the sources that I think is the most painful for any business owner who's relying on word of mouth. Only 41% of referred clients actually hire the professional they were sent to.
Just let that sink in for a moment. That means nearly 60% of people who were given a personal, trusted recommendation chose someone else.
60%. Why?
Because they took that name, they went online, and they found another professional, maybe right there in Arroyo Grande, who just presented themselves better online. Your reputation got you the click, but your online presence decided if you got the call.
And that's only going to get more intense with the generational shift. We're talking about clients under 45 who see online research as, well, it's just non-negotiable. They've never known a world without Google.
For that group, print ads are basically invisible. The data is clear. 36% of consumers use professional websites as their main research tool. Compare that to only 9% who use print. The habit is completely digital now. If you're not there, you just don't exist to them.
And it's not just your site, it's your whole digital footprint. You mentioned reviews, and the sources say 84% of consumers use Google for business reviews.
Which makes your Google business profile just as important as your homepage. It's often the very first thing they'll see. If those reviews are missing or old or you haven't even claimed your profile, it's just another red flag for that client who's ready to make a decision.
So let's be blunt about the consequences of having a dated look or a site that doesn't work on a phone. This isn't just about missing out on new clients, it's about actively pushing away people who are ready to pay you.
Yes, the penalty is severe and it's immediate. If a potential client lands on a site that looks dated, 94% of them will just leave instantly. They don't look for your credentials. They don't give you a second chance. They hit the back button and go to the next person on the Google list.
And that bad first impression lasts. The research says 90% of users who have one bad experience on a website will never come back to it.
Ever. You get one shot, one impression, and then they're clicking on your competition, maybe just down the street in SLO. It's that fast. The client makes a mental connection. If your digital storefront is messy, your service probably is too, and the risk feels too high.
A huge part of that bad experience today is mobile. I mean, here in the 805, everyone is on their phones all the time.
The numbers are undeniable. Over 60% of all web traffic is now from mobile devices. So more than half the people checking you out are doing it on a small screen.
And the punishment for failing that mobile test is, it's brutal.
It is. If your site is hard to read on a phone, the text is tiny, the buttons don't work, it's slow, 73% of users will leave instantly. It really doesn't matter how brilliant you are if they can't even tap your phone number to call you.
But let's flip this around because it's not all bad news. There's a massive opportunity here. These aren't just casual browsers, are they?
Not at all.
Yeah.
And that's the key. When you look at conversion rates, professional services are actually some of the highest in the B2B world. Legal services lead at about a 7.4% conversion rate. Other professional services average 4 to 6%.
That's huge. What does that mean in simple terms?
It means the person on your website is usually ready to hire someone. They have a problem they need solved right now, a tax issue, a legal question, which is exactly why losing them over a slow, outdated website is so painful. They're ready to go.
So the competition isn't really the firm with the biggest office. It's the local person, maybe right here in AG, who just invested in a clean, modern site that loads fast and looks trustworthy on a phone.
Precisely. They are competing on clarity and reassurance. They understand that today, the trust you feel in the website is the trust you feel in the service.
Okay, so let's make this an action plan for everyone listening.
Right.
What are clients actually looking for? It's not flash and fireworks, is it?
No, it's all about the fundamentals. The first is just absolute clarity. Who you are and what you do has to be obvious in about 2 seconds. No clever, cryptic taglines. If you're a realtor, it should say that. Big and bold. Clarity builds trust.
Number 2 has to be accessibility. How do I contact you?
It has to be immediate. And the stat here is glaring. 88% of users won't come back after a bad experience. And hunting for a phone number is a classic bad experience. Your phone number needs to be in the header, clickable, impossible to miss.
Okay, next up, social proof. They need to see that other people have trusted you.
It's a non-negotiable verification step. This means clear client testimonials, maybe some case studies, or at the very least, a link to your Google reviews. You have to show your work through your happy clients.
And for us here on the Central Coast, there's local trust. People want to hire a local.
Exactly. Your location, San Luis Obispo, Arroyo Grande, Paso Robles, it needs to be visible. It tells them you're a neighbor, not some faceless national company.
And finally, just the overall look, a professional appearance.
Right. This means current design, quality photos, please, no blurry headshots from 10 years ago, and signs of life. No broken links, no under construction pages. It just needs to look cared for, like a clean storefront.
So for anyone listening right now, pull out your phone, go ahead, search for your own business and click on your website. Do it on your cellular connection, not Wi-Fi, to see the real speed.
And ask yourself these 5 questions. Be honest.
Yeah.
When was the last time you actually updated the look and feel of the site?
Does it look like something you would trust with your own money, your own business?
Can you find the phone number instantly without scrolling?
Does it work perfectly on your phone? Is the text easy to read? Can you tap the buttons?
And is all the information, your hours, your services, your team, is it 100% current? If you hesitated on any of those, well, those potential clients are hesitating too. And that hesitation is what sends 60% of your best leads right to the competition.
Wow.
The lesson from all this is simple. In professional services, visual currency is the new credibility.
That's the quick tip for today. If you want a professional website without the agency price tag or the DIY sake, here is the better way. At ugrow.pro, we build it, we manage it, and we handle every update forever all for just $79 a month. There is zero setup fee, no contract, and it is strictly month-to-month, so there is zero risk. We're local here in AJ, and we can have you live in days, not months. Want to see what your site could look like? Go to ugrow.pro right now, and we'll design 3 custom mockups for your business, completely free, no strings attached. Thanks for listening, and keep growing.